Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for AAVE price prediction based on Elliott wave analysis. A quick overview for the bullish and bearish scenario on the weekly chart here, where we have found psychology for the market towards the upside 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, finishing wave A or wave 1. After both case scenario, would like to see 3 corrective waves towards the downside, where you have a W here for with a zigzag, another X here, very shallow zigzag internally, and of course a triangle here for your wave Y, finishing wave B or wave A. After this case scenarios, you would like to seek for higher prices, and this is exactly what we get. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 for an impulse, ABC, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 for wave 3, potentially, of course, for higher prices. Now, this, of course, can be your wave 3 towards the upside, but you still need one more wave, of course, for higher prices to get your wave C here or your wave 3. Because if you are, of course, in an A, a B, and a C towards the upside, you would like to have 5 impulsive wave for a wave C or for your wave 3. After both case scenario, again, 3 wave towards the downside. In case you are in a wave 4, it has to be shallow and then continuation. In case you are in wave 3, it can be bigger 3 waves towards the downside, meaning impulse, correction, impulse, and then yeah, probably even 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, even for bear market. However, it is a crossroad, of course, in this area here where you will have the 1-to-1 fib level taken from from the start here of this impulse to the top and to the bottom of your wave B, giving us, of course, this zigzag, which is the most possible scenario where you might have hit first a wave C, a little bit higher than the all-time high, of course. In this case scenario, you of course still need this one more leg towards the upside. We're gonna check also internally on the lower time frames where what we have and what we might have in the next scenarios. Now, it is a very considerable to mention that this is a 0.38 fib level here, and we did not reach, of course, the 0.38 for a wave 2 in a wave 3, 4, and a 5, meaning we have hit definitely the 0.23 somewhere here. And of course, this means a much high potential for a wave C, that you are in an A, B, and a C, because the 0.23 is a wave B characteristic much more than a wave 2. Preferably, of course, to hit the 0.38 for a wave 2 in case you are in an impulse. And another scenario that it can happen in case we don't take the high with a one more wave toward the upside, this can ends up as an A, B, and a C. This is your wave C where you have an impulse toward the upside and you finished A, B, C zigzag, meaning 3 waves toward the upside. After 3 waves down, 3 waves down, 3 waves up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 towards the downside. This scenario is your red scenario, ABC, of course, corrective, much bigger correction. And don't forget that we're gonna take the 0.38 in this case scenario in case we take the 1-to-1 fib level. And this can open a potential for a wave 2, of course, for a wave 3 later on, and for an F5. And of course, so these are the potential scenarios between bullish and bearish. Probably we are here also in a crossroad in case we don't take the high, moving toward the downside, taking these fibs, meaning of course we are bearish in a wave C, or one more wave toward the upside, again crossroad, potentially of course moving toward the downside, and potentially higher, of course, for a wave 4 and a 5. But yeah, because of course, as we mentioned, the wave 2 did not took the 0.38, higher possibility in case we went up, higher possibility to move down again. So moving on the daily, where we have, of course, our impulse toward the upside here. This impulse is, of course, still not invalidated and still looking for one more wave 5. So you have here a 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and a 5. Now let's check a little bit closer here what's going on. As you can see, 2 scenarios. If you have finished here as W, X, and a Y, you might have, of course, button for your wave 4, right? If you have bottom for your wave 4 in this case scenario, I would say, yeah, you can move for higher. Yeah, you can move for higher. But the problem is now this, it doesn't show up a potential for bullish. You need to see an impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. And probably here, if we zoom in a little bit, you can see that you have 3 waves toward the upside, and it's moving sideways in a triangle shape, yeah, which is much more characteristic for wave 4. And if you take a look at this impulse here, which has start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave 2, 3, 4, looks like perfect characteristic triangle for a wave 4, and still looking for a wave 5 toward the downside. Meaning higher potential, of course, is still for this scenario as 1, 2, 3, and then 4 and a 5, of course, to unfold for lower prices. In case, of course, you are in WXY, I would say then the wave 4 will end up here. In case you are in WXY, of course, you want to move for higher and to invalidate this impulse. Yeah. So let's set up here. Let's check. Oh, it has been invalidated. Oh, wow. It has been invalidated. Yeah, so sorry, I didn't check this before. Invalidation has been taken. Invalidation of bearish. Okay. So in this case scenario, higher potential then to move towards the upside. However, yeah, I don't see yet any move. If this can be reading as an impulse, let me check. Yeah, but we didn't took the high. I mean, it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, but the way 5 didn't took the high. It's like it looks like truncated in this case. Or yeah, it can be still something else unfolding, guys. It can be then can be something else. It can be a zigzag here and then X and another zigzag for bigger zigzag. 1, 2, 3, ABC, and then correction, and then one more wave for C, finishing it as a zigzag probably rather than impulse. Very potential as well, but very tricky. So yeah, it's not really clear for AAVE here what we gonna have, but it looks like 3 waves down, probably 3 waves up, then yeah, continuation toward the downside. It doesn't have to be impulsive also to get one more low. I mean, it can be like 3 waves down, 3 waves up, correction, and then moving toward the downside. Or probably, okay, this is a scenario. Probably we have 3 waves down, 3 waves up, and of course, this 3 wave can take much more time, yeah, like this, meaning one more move towards the upside and then ABC transforming this into 3 waves. Here we go. Yeah, that's very possible, guys. Yeah, 3 waves down, 3 waves up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, finishing the structure by taking the low, right? But taking the low not impulsively, but in 3 wave structure, A, B, and a C. And that will ends up, of course, 3 waves down, 3 waves up, 3 waves down again, WXY, big one. So the scenario is that it might be that the WXY even might range onto here. This is the highest possibility. And yeah, since we have invalidates this, I cannot take it as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 anymore. It's against the rules. And I'm expecting then A, B, and a C. This is what I'm expecting actually. Yeah, this is exactly what it might happen. Something like this. Here we go. So yeah. If this is a case scenario, then of course we gonna see some lower prices. Does this invalidate the main impulse? 1 second. If we move to the 0.5, no, it doesn't invalidate the impulse. That's good. Well, at least. So here we go. Invalidation of bullish a bullish scenario, because mainly we are in bullish scenario anyway. So yeah, it might be a little bit deeper wave 4. By the way, just by taking the low, it's not necessarily even to take the 0.5. Yeah, just taking the low, that would be much more than enough to finish this WX and Y. Here we go, like this, and then continuation towards the upside. very choppy, but yeah, it's very at the end. After thinking about it, it can still be, yeah, it can still be possible, and then moving for higher in a wave 5. So we are still bullish, guys, until invalidation. Yeah, I mean, for this bullish scenario, since we did not invalidate it, we are still bullish. 153.92 is your invalidation point for AVE. Let's take a look at KGT very fast. So taking a look at KGT for AVE, very interesting. We have a very strong convergence from the top here. After having A, B, C, D, and a E, the wave E anyway took the high, so invalidation probably. Let me check as well here if this happened. Very interesting on KGT, very interesting. We didn't took it yet, so probably it is. It's very weird that it is still playing as a triangle. Very, very tricky price action. Knowing that it has been invalidated here. I mean, it has barely touched it, the invalidation. Well, anyway, in both case scenarios, guys, we are looking for lower. Yeah, we in both case scenarios, whether we are triangle or moving in a WXY, we're moving lower. Yeah, so and here we go. The very strong signals at the 500 strands are still very strong. Now, as you can see, that is bearish, bullish divergence. This one is very. It was given with higher prices, nice, but directly followed right now with a bearish, meaning yeah. And here we go. We see some red, probably moving towards the downside. It can still go a little bit higher, by the way. It can still go higher because this high is exactly here. I mean, the price has to go very high. To invalidate this conversions, it has to go very high. Yeah? So the possibility is very low to go this high without moving down with this signal. Yeah, which is very strong. Therefore, definitely we're moving sooner or later toward the downside. Yeah, even if we see a little bit higher prices, it might, of course, turn exactly here. And this will finish the ABC, by the way, and then moving toward the downside. Yeah, so I suggest probably even a little bit, let's take it with the trend here. Probably the price can still move a little bit higher here and then moving for lower. Yeah, and even if it passes this, you still have a lot of pressure towards the downside. So this is what KGT shows us, and KGT, yeah, so far did not made any mistake so far. That was it for AVE. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments. See you in the next one. Bye bye.